Welcome to the Just Press Play podcast.
Sure? You need something stronger than some water today? Get your coffee, you're good? Mm-hmm. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Press Play podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Michelle.
And with us today we have a very special guest, Mr. William Hedrick. Hello, Will.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And Michelle, tell everybody what's on the docket today.
Today is the worst 80s movies, and we're breaking it into two parts. So today is part 1.
That's right. We had like 10 movies picked out. We're going to try to do all 10 in one, but we just couldn't get around to watching all 10. So we're doing 5 this go around, 5 the next go around. So let us begin. Michelle, tell us what the first movie is that we watched.
Garbage Pail Kids.
And Mr. Will, you're going to have to sit this one out.
Yes, I am.
Because you have not seen this movie.
Do you know about Garbage Pail Kids?
Yes, I do.
Did you have the trading cards? Because I did.
I had a sticker that went on the fridge one time when I was a kid. That's about it.
What kind of sticker was it? Which sticker?
I forget. I want to say he was a cyborg-looking kid.
Cyborg?
But I forget, yeah.
Okay, alright.
I thought it was like Terminator back when I was a kid.
How'd you confuse Garbage Pail Kid with a Terminator?
It just is the way that the ocular thing was on the
Okay,
side. Yeah.
alright. So yeah, sit this one out. Don't worry. We'll get to you, alright?
Okay.
Alright. So Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. Crap, I forgot one thing. Talk amongst yourselves.
What did you forget this time?
I forgot the dang synopsis page. Remember, I printed this out.
So Mike actually did some extra work, and then he forgot to bring it with him to the party. You might want to pass that to Will. Maybe that'll help him out some.
For Garbage Pail Kids movie, it's one line.
Well, he can give that one line.
Alright. Well, I will let you give the synopsis for Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
Thank
This
you.
was taken from IMDb. I'm giving credit where credit is due. No, Wikipedia. Again, Wikipedia. My bad. I don't know.
It's one or the other. Either way, you both got credit.
Give the one line, Will, of what Garbage Pail Kids movie is about.
Garbage Pail Kids movie. Dodger, whoever that is, must confront the struggles of life as he is visited by the Garbage Pail Kids and intimidated by some older bullies. That's all it. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Fact check all you want, please.
So, to start this movie off, it is brought to you by Atlantic Entertainment Group and...
Never heard of him.
Never heard of them either. And Topps Chewing Gum.
I haven't heard of that.
Seriously, the credits say Atlantic Entertainment Group and Topps Chewing Gum.
Well, that's because the gum was in the cards, like the pack of cards that came with gum.
I understand, but I think this is the only movie they've ever produced.
I'm hoping so, because it was horrible.
It was terrible.
So the credits look like someone was holding up the trading cards. Well, actually, maybe with string. But it did. It looked like the trading cards. And I know sometimes people like to do that to be kind of cool, but I just don't think they had money for opening credits.
It did look like that. And I guess from the beginning that the Garbage Pail Kids, they're from outer space. Is that what we're supposed to get from that?
Yeah, because I'm thinking that was their spaceship / trash can that we saw flying.
Looked like somebody was just holding...
But here's the thing. If it was flying through, then how did he already have it and know what they were?
I don't know. Who knows with this movie? So the beginning we have like these grown kids, no joke, these kids are like in their 30s.
They're like Beverly Hills 90210 teenage age.
Picking on a young Mackenzie Austin, is that correct? Is that the kid's name?
Yeah.
The Facts of Life kid?
He was in Facts of Life.
Yeah. When the girls got older, they were like, let's bring in this young cute boy to bring in the ratings.
Well, yeah, because Tootie had grown up.
Yeah. So yeah, they're picking on Mackenzie Austin, who's Dodger.
Let me start with these names. We got Dodger, we got Tangerine, and her boyfriend Juice. Which, of course, Tangerine and Juice had to go together. Who names their kid Tangerine?
I'm sorry, that is the greatest name ever. Tangerine. Honey, we have a daughter. What do you want to name her? Tangerine. Name her Tangerine. No, I want a tangerine. Damn it. Too late. It's on the birth certificate.
Ah, Tangerine.
So Dodger likes Tangerine, which is fine, but she's like you said, old. She's
Yeah.
in her 20s.
I would say.
Dodger's 13.
He says he's
He
14.
says he's 14. You know what's going on there, people.
Well, Captain, whatever his face is. Gosh, I keep wanting to call him Captain Marshmallow thanks to you.
What was his name?
Was it Moriarty? No, that wasn't it. Was it?
You can call him Captain Marshmallow. That's fine.
All right, so Captain Marshmallow had an obsession with making sure the Dodger was clean. I mean, granted, Dodger was normally dirty, and it was Juice's fault and his cronies. That one lady that looked like she needed more clothes on than she had.
Yeah.
And they were always making him dirty. And first, Captain Marshmallow made him change his clothes and put on a dashiki and put his clothes in the old-timey washing machine. And then the second time, he was like, oh, somebody needs a bath. And then he just took him in there and put him in the tub.
That was the time that the Garbage Pail Kids, or the GPKs, as we like to call them. No?
That's
You know?
what you like to
I
call
like
them.
to call them the GPKs. Okay, whatever. But that's the time they were all sitting around while Dodger was in the
Yeah,
tub.
because Alligator tried to eat his toes.
Yeah. Alligator, I like too.
Well, one, there's no soundtrack to this movie other than, like, bells and whistles and keyboard.
Yeah.
That was it. I guess everybody was like, nope, don't want to do that. And the fight scenes were horrible.
Yeah, the fights. Well, and the movement on the mouths of the Garbage Pail Kids. It's like,
Sometimes their mouths didn't move.
yeah, sometimes it would move, but not in sync, and then sometimes it would be saying stuff and you didn't know who was talking because no mouths were moving. So this one is really hard to explain because, like I said, it's just a weird little movie. I didn't say that, but I am now.
Well, basically, Tangerine makes clothes, and she sells
There we go.
clothes. And then turns out the Garbage Pail Kids can make clothes too,
Better than hers.
better than hers. So when she finds that out, then she's all about some Dodger, so he can get the Garbage Pail Kids to make clothes for her fashion show. And that one girl uses snot to put on the bedazzles.
Yeah. So remember the scene where Dodger and Tangerine drive to the nightclub?
Yes.
So it was like daytime when they left, right?
It's always daytime when they leave.
But wherever they're trying to get to, once they get there, it's night. It's like daytime, and then they get to where they're going, it's nighttime. How far are these places that they're going to?
I don't know. And then they have a state home for the ugly. There's a state facility in this town for ugly people. Or weird people. Is this an issue there?
They give you money for bringing in the uglies.
They do. Santa was in there.
Yeah. And people were okay with this. People were just like, yeah, take the ugly people there. Take the ugly people there. Halfway through the movie, there is a song about a positive message song. They just start breaking into song for some strange reason.
Well, that was supposed to make us feel better about what we were watching, I guess.
Yeah.
It was about helping your friends. I do know that much. And there was dancing.
There was dancing.
But
And
this movie sucks.
it did. And you know, there's a scene in there, the security officer.
Yeah.
As a former security officer, Will, you can attest, did we ever use a net to
No.
apprehend somebody?
I can't recall.
We've never used a net like, get over here, we got a net. So pretty much this movie sucked big time. In the end, Dodger saw through Tangerine's, may I say BS, is that okay?
Sure. Well, I mean, she was
She was
laying it on thick, too.
She was. She knew. Juice, let's go back to him and his little, it was just him, wasn't it? Or he had a group, right?
No, there was some two other guys.
Yeah.
Well, it was a guy, and there was a lady that, we'll call her a guy lady.
Yeah.
Because she was a lot stronger than those guys.
They were just criminals.
Yeah.
I watched it, but I wasn't too interested in it, to be quite honest.
No, I mean, they took him down the sewer, and does that?
Yeah, so pretty much it ends with, Dodger gets a better life, I guess. He's happy. Tangerine is gone out of his
Well,
life.
Dodger and Captain Marshmallow, they keep the Garbage Pail Kids, and everybody's one happy family.
Yeah.
No, wait, they drove off at the end.
Yeah, the Garbage Pail Kids left. They were like, we're out of here. See ya.
Oh, that reminds me. This movie had everything, even 80s bikers.
It did. It had 80s bikers.
And they love the Garbage Pail Kids.
So if you want to check this out,
Why would you?
be advised not to.
Yeah. We watch the bad stuff so you don't have to.
Exactly. Would you like to move on to the next one?
Yes.
And Will, you can jump in on this one because the next one is our favorite movie of all time. Maybe not yours. Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Oh no.
Michelle, would you like to read the synopsis for Rock and Roll Nightmare?
No.
No? Okay. Can I read it?
Yes.
I'll read it. So here is the synopsis for Rock and Roll Nightmare. Recording some new music in an isolated farmhouse, the band Triton gets more than they bargained for when something horrifying stirs in the darkness. Eternal evil haunts this place and the band starts turning into demons from hell itself. After a day of making music and making love. It's in there. No, it's
You're such a cheesehead.
no, I didn't put that in there. That is what I copied from Wikipedia.
All right, keep going.
It's too simple to make up.
This this band is starting to break up one by one, limb by limb. That's what's in here.
They make it sound like it's a good movie.
I know. The band's lead singer, John Triton, there we go, John Triton, holds the key to defeating this horror once and for all. A secret that accumulates in a battle between good and evil. Oh, let's have fun with this one. You know this movie is going to be awesome when the opening scene, the music is louder than the dialogue. And the oven eats your parents.
Yes, and there are 3 minutes and 52 seconds of a van driving to the destination.
We timed it.
I timed it
Yes, Michelle timed it.
with no dialogue.
It felt longer, I thought, when I saw it.
It does feel longer, but no, it is 3 minutes 52 seconds. Why did they do it? Because they can. That's why. So, as it said, they're recording a new album in a farmhouse, but only need 10 minutes of good material in a month? That's what he said, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, we only need 10 minutes of good material in
1
this
month to come up with 10 minutes of new material. I mean, they could have put a guitar solo in there or some cowbell. They could have done a lot of stuff with 10 minutes.
It just makes me wonder, as far as it goes, what's the rest of the album sound like?
So I'm wondering, did they just need 2 songs? Would that have done it? And I hope it wasn't the 2 songs they played.
And I'm going to bring up Carl the housekeeper.
He was a weird
What
dude.
was up with his hair?
I don't know. It looked like a wig.
I think it was a wig. You got anything you want to point out in this?
Yeah, I think M. Night Shyamalan took this whole twist thing from this movie. That's what I want to say.
What a twist!
Yeah.
And the acting is top notch.
The van is the real star of this movie.
Yes. Pointless scenery,
They got that.
trees and stuff.
Yeah.
It's windy outside and yet no shirts for John Michael Thor or JMT. You're okay with JMT. But he has a sparkly jacket. He's like wearing no shirt. It's windy outside, but he's got that sparkly jacket on. You remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a sparkly jacket. He's like, I'm okay with this.
So they had bad acting.
Yeah, the band sounds like crap.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
What was that song? Can you recall any of the songs?
I can't.
Wasn't one called Energy?
Yeah, that one was.
That was it. It was like, energy, it takes me where I want to be.
Yeah.
That's the Grammy contender for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to there's hand puppet. I'm gonna say it. hand puppet monster putting this stuff in a drink.
Oh, I said a one-eyed monster that spit in someone's cup.
Okay. Well, it did look like it was very phallic. It was.
Yeah. I guess that's what they could afford.
Yeah.
Maybe they just bought some at a store and put some googly eyes on them.
There was a lot, and I'll have to say, they went to the house. I don't think they played maybe twice,
They did play twice.
and then the rest of the time they were doing things.
Well, we're skipping over the manager guy. He was the first one to get it.
Phil,
Phil.
he had a chip on his shoulder, and some demon bit it off.
Well, I was just upset because poor little Phil looked like he had never touched a woman, and he finally got to see some tatas, and then he dies.
That's right, because that monster was like, "Hey, look at my tatas! I'm a monster!"
Well, he didn't see the monster until after it took a chunk out of him.
Yeah, that's true. The bed scene.
Which-
Where he's reading the script.
Oh,
Literally,
yeah.
he's got the script in his hand. It doesn't say the script, but you can tell because he never looks at her. He's like, "Oh, yes, uh-huh. Oh, well, maybe we should do that in the morning." You know, if that was just an example. He never, he's reading from the script.
The wife wanted to mash taters, and he just wanted to read the script. I guess that's a good way to go with it.
Yeah.
So, what do you have?
Like I said, just that big twist at the ending, which, spoiler alert if anyone's ever seen it, I don't know what the lead singer was psychotic or something. He imagined all his friends or something, right?
Well, I think that he had maybe like projected them, so the demon thought that he was eating the friends, but he wasn't eating the friends. It was all a ruse.
Yeah, it turns out at the very end, I mean, I don't want to go into too much of this, because you definitely watch this one. I will say,
Oh, and the English guy. He loses his accent halfway through the movie, and no
He
one
did.
notices.
he did lose his accent. See, I didn't even notice. He's good. He's good. I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, random groupies show up in the middle of the night to wake the band up. But Phil answers the door because he's not dead. He's a demon now and wants to see the groupies' bazooms.
He said bazooms.
He did. He was like, "Let me see your bazooms."
What gets me is if they are fans of this band, they should know that, like, 2 of them are married couples and the others are just couples. So what do they think was going to happen? Who knows?
Even the demon hates their music.
Yeah.
The demon hated their music.
And the reaction time in this movie is so slow. Like, when the demons come to kill somebody, they had a good 5 minutes to run off somewhere. But instead, they're just standing there going, "Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!"
And then the most unbelievable part of this whole movie, because the rest of it is believable, the most unbelievable part to me
Is the
was
band?
that JMT writes sheet music. Did you notice that he was writing sheet music?
Yeah.
Like oh no, I do this for a living. No, I don't buy that. He does not write sheet music.
I bet there was some dots on there and he was connecting the dots. So he turns out to be the archangel or whatever.
Yeah.
And 1, he was wearing too much eyeliner. And 2, the eyeshadow he had on was the same eyeshadow I had on when we were watching the movie.
He becomes the archangel. He like turns into He-Man. He's wearing like He-Man's outfit.
He's wearing a spiky diaper.
And that fight scene, most anticlimactic fight scene.
Well,
ever.
I still maintain that he was tiptoeing like that because he had a massive wedgie. I mean, I think that the spiky diaper just went up his butt.
That's all it was. It was the spiky diaper. They wrestled for a little bit. Didn't he throw a punch? Like one punch?
There was some punching. There was no wrestling. There was hand holding.
Yeah, there was hand holding.
I mean,
"Arr."
They had their hands in each other's hands, rocking back and forth. I thought they were slow dancing, but with grunting.
Yeah. And then the demon just runs away. Demon's like, I'll get you next time, He-Man.
Well, I think he ran away once he got knocked on his back because apparently the devil is a turtle and he's not able to get back up.
Yeah, then finally, the very end, he's at a graveside saying some stuff. Don't know because
We couldn't hear it.
the music is too loud. That's pretty much it. It's
Oh, and at the end, there might have been another something going on because there was another house, and then there was the music, and then the camera went shooting in the other direction. So,
which I will say this: there is a sequel to this.
oh gosh,
There is a sequel to this movie.
but
It
no
is-
one is gonna want to watch it. So please don't make me watch it.
I'm not gonna make you watch it. It was made what 20 years later? I
Yeah,
think it was like 20 years later. You thought the budget for the first one was bad. This budget was even lower.
some of it was cartoon, like paper pencil drawings, because they couldn't shoot the movie, so they would show you the pencil scene of what was supposed to be happening,
JMT is put on like 30 pounds. He
and still trying to
Going
rock
bald.
the diaper.
And it was Intercessor. That was the name of it.
Yeah.
Another rock and roll nightmare. Stay away from that one. Don't ever. No.
There's no need to warn anyone because no one probably knows that exists.
But if you get a chance, I do recommend Rock and Roll Nightmare, the first one. I will recommend this one because it's just funny.
It is funny.
Mike and Michelle will condone this. I will not.
Will's not condoning this one.
No.
Oh, okay. Want to move on to the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I was taking a sip of my H2O. Today,
No.
no ad for the water today?
No.
Our next movie, Michelle,
It's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
you are going to read this one. Have fun. Killer Clowns, Outer Space. Come on.
That's just too much.
Okay, fine. You want me to read it?
This is dumb.
The movie's dumb.
When teenagers Mike and Debbie see a comet crash outside their sleepy town, they investigate. Why not? And discover a pack of murderous aliens who look very much like circus clowns.
They are circus clowns.
They try to warn the local authorities, but everyone assumes their story is a prank. I would think the same thing. Meanwhile, the clowns set up about harvesting and eating as many people as they can. It's not until they kidnap Debbie that Mike decides it's time to stop the clown's bloody rampage. He was trying to stop him? I do not agree with your synopsis. He was working on it. He was taking steps.
Baby steps. Okay. Oh my God, this movie. You know, the first time I watched this movie, I sort of enjoyed it, and then when I rewatched it, I realized I don't like it at all. It just
Didn't I make you watch this like a couple years ago?
yeah,
I thought
and I enjoyed it because it was, you know, I was like, oh man, this is different. And then as I watched it this time and had to actually pay attention, I realized I hate this movie so bad.
So we begin with beer and a makeout spot
And an ice cream truck.
and an ice cream truck.
Ice cream truck shows up at a makeout spot to sell ice cream.
Main characters are in a raft making out because I guess that's what you do is you get in a raft. I don't know. This big ball of light goes across the sky and they're like, let's follow it.
Not once in my life have I seen a big ball of light.
You know, this has to end well, right?
Yeah, of course.
No, big dummies. It does not end well. It never turns out good. But yet they go.
They do.
Why do people go?
So what did they find at the end of the big ball of light? A circus tent. Note to all you smart people out there. If you see a circus tent in the middle of the woods that wasn't there before, just stay away. Don't go near it. Just stay away from the circus tent. You know what? Just stay away from circus tents altogether.
Unless you're that old guy and his dog.
Oh, the old man. He hurt his hand trying to punch it.
Well, that's because they took his doggy. They took his Pooh Bear. That's the name of his dog. He actually had, the dog's name is Pooh Bear.
Okay.
He tried to tear that tent down. He did.
He wanted his Pooh Bear back. And then he was like, oh, bother.
And Mike's woman, Mike, not me, but the character, she was like, walk away. And the first I looked at Michelle, I was like, listen to your woman, Mike, just walk away.
And actually, we had both wrote that down at the same time.
So yes, when your woman tells you to walk away, maybe I should just this one time, listen.
Coming, dear.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if we go into the woods and there's a circus tent, and you're like, hey, let's check this out, I'm gonna be like, we're not doing that. And if you try to do it, I'm gonna take your knee out.
And
I
Mike-
mean, I'm just,
Mike made, I know this Mike right here, me, makes a lot of lame jokes, but this Mike was worse.
yeah, he was worse.
It was like every 2 seconds. I was like, we get it.
Mhm.
You're trying to be funny.
So they go down these strange hallways to check these things out. And I'm telling you, Scooby-Doo and the gang would have been proud of them. Because they checked out everywhere. They're like, what's this button do? Doot, 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 doot. And that's all they did. They touched buttons, they went through doors, they went through passageways. It's like, why would you do that?
And then they saw the cotton candy on hooks, to which Mike replied, oh, they're just storing cotton candy. Who stores cotton candy on hooks?
I don't know. I mean, do you have to, he said you have to dry it. Do you dry cotton candy? Does anyone know this?
Well, it is. I guess in that spinner, does that dry? I don't know the. I
I-
can Google it.
Well, I mean, do you dry it by hanging it up?
No. I mean, every cotton candy I've seen is in that little spinner. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen people like, let's hang it up now on hooks.
Yeah.
Meat
And,
hooks, no less.
and it looked like a rabbit foot.
It did. It looked like a pink rabbit foot. So yeah, the clowns get mad because they're in there.
They come out with a popcorn gun. Which I'm not really sure what that did. Well, actually, no.
We found out later.
We
what it
found
did.
out later.
But yeah. So the clowns are mad. I think at this point, Mike and Debbie leave, right? Did
They
do
run
that?
off, and then the clowns make a balloon animal dog for tracking purposes. So he was automatically on a leash. I don't know how that happened,
I don't know.
but here these big old clowns just lumbering around.
But this was the very 5-mile slow walk.
Yeah.
The clowns looked like they had a load in their pants. I'm sorry,
Weeble,
they
just
did.
weeble
Well,
wobble.
I'm sure
Welcome to
those
the-
pants are humongous.
And yes, I made a poop joke. I made a poop joke. I even wrote that down. I made a poop joke.
Of course, there's a crusty cop, because there has to be, and he's a total d-bag.
Yeah.
I did like the scene where he was made into a ventriloquist dummy. Is that what it? That was it? What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a scene when that happened a little later on down the road. But yep. So the clowns go around knocking on people's doors, and it's like, knock, knock. Oh, don't mind me. It's just my cotton candy ray gun. No need for alarm. And then they end up with cotton candy.
They go into the store. This old man watches them destroy the store for like 5 minutes. Doesn't
I
call
don't
anybody.
blame
He's just
him.
like, oh, what's going on?
I mean, I'm sure he was like, I'm not making any sudden movements. They're going to come after me. So y'all break whatever you need to. I'm just going to stand over here and not by this phone.
Right. I think prior to that, this scene made me laugh. Was the low rank Michael J. Fox,
Yes.
who was too cool for the puppet show. Puppet show showed up. He was like, oh, I don't like the puppet show. Okay, maybe I do just a little bit. And then bad things happen to him.
He ends up being Cotton Candy Rabbit Foot.
Yeah.
And this movie, once again, an 80s biker gang. Can't go wrong. One of the lead bikers decided he was going to break the little clown's motorcycle. Yeah,
Oh,
it did
no.
not end well. He ended up with his head in the trash can. Like the little clown, he punched him so hard his head just flew off.
But yeah, see, nobody throughout this whole movie, nobody seems bothered by these clowns. They see ugly clowns and they're like, oh, clowns.
Well,
oh."
I hate clowns anyway,
Right,
so I'm going in the other direction.
right.
And then there was more clowns, and then there was the crusty cop became the puppet,
Yeah.
and there was flesh-eating pies, and the two ice cream guys that were driving the ice cream truck. All they wanted was a girl with big boobs that ate ice cream. And just because you have big boobs doesn't mean you love ice cream. Well, I love ice cream.
I do. And anyhow, you seem to, what about the shadow puppet?
Oh, the shadow puppet. Yeah, talk about the shadow puppet.
The shadow puppet. This is what I wrote down. Shadow puppets. Yay! Because I do like shadow puppets. Shadow puppets. Oh hell no! They eat you. 'Cause
That
it's like
one
a
was
Tyrannosaurus
crazy.
Rex, right?
Yeah.
It's like, everybody's like, "Oh, look at the shadow puppet." What's
Them
it
old
doing?
people were enjoying themselves.
And then that shadow puppet just.
You have to talk about the end because I
Another-
stopped writing.
Another note to. Oh, really? You stopped? That's how much she hated
I
you.
stopped.
Another note to smart people: don't follow random clown footprints. If you see them, don't follow them. Just leave them alone.
Yeah. Nothing good ever comes
Yeah.
from that, people.
They head to the amusement park. It's closed. That's when you're talking about the killer flesh-eating pie.
Yeah, it makes you not want to eat like cream pies anymore.
Right. And the purpose of the cotton candy is so the clowns can drink the liquid inside of people with extremely crazy straws.
That straw
'Cause
was
you were like-
awesome, and
yeah,
I
you
want
like
one.
that. The clowns are fooled by an ice cream truck,
Kinda.
but the big ass clown isn't buying it. There's a big ass clown at the end.
It is humongous,
He
and
wasn't buying that.
it smushed the ice cream truck's clown, and it messed up their rental truck.
Right, and then finally at the end, a squad of cops show up. Because I'm sitting there like, are these the only two cops? And like, oh, there's more. There's more cops. Where have these cops been?
That town only had two.
Yeah, Dave and Mooney. No, that's the name. Dave and Mooney.
And Dave was the main girl's ex-boyfriend, and he had to spend most of his movie with the girl's new boyfriend.
Right, and how does Dave kill the big ass clown? With his badge. Pokes it in the nose.
Yeah.
Pokes the clown in the nose.
If you
clown goes,
poke the clown in the nose, apparently it explodes.
Right, and that's it. That's pretty much the movie. I hate this movie. I never want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm over
I was
it.
done with it the day we watched it again. As I'm watching it, I'm like, I'm done with this. Moving on to the next one. This is what, number 4?
Number 4.
Number 4. Another one that I kind of hate. The
Yeah, what happened with
the
that one?
stuff. I will read the synopsis on this one. Or do you want to read it? Well, I'll let you read that.
Okay.
Stuff. Right there, the stuff. Again, it's just one line.
And we'll let you
Is-
read the last synopsis too when
Yeah.
it's time.
Oh, okay. Thank you. The Stuff. A private detective investigates a new consumer tasty treat that's absolutely delicious and just possibly lethal.
That's it.
There you go.
That's the
So
synopsis of this movie.
That's what the stuff has to offer you.
Oh my goodness.
It just reminded me of yogurt, really. You know, just like vanilla
Or
yogurt.
marshmallow fluff.
I'm thinking fluff. It looked like
Oh
fluff.
yeah.
This whole movie, I was like, man, I really want some fluff because that looks delicious.
I don't know, but then you're kind of scared of the fluff.
Yeah, it's like I want fluff, but is it? Do I need fluff? No.
So once again, a movie opens with this old guy finding the stuff coming out of the ground. You don't know where that came from. Why are you eating
He
it?
does. He's just like, what's this? Oh, it's tasty.
Let me get some more. It's from the ground. And it's bubbling and it's sticky.
Hmm.
No.
This movie bounces around so much
Yeah.
that Michelle and I couldn't figure out couldn't make heads or tails of it. I do remember at the beginning, one of the bouncy parts is the half-naked kid in the bed. He gets up. He's not wearing a shirt. He's like, just got pants on. He closes all the windows. He's like, I'm burning up, and closes all the windows.
That makes absolutely no
I
sense.
know, exactly.
You
He
figure
said-
it would be the opposite.
Yeah. I thought, well, maybe he's sick or something, But he's like, oh, I'm burning up. Let me close these windows.
So he goes downstairs and opens the fridge, and apparently some of the stuff has fallen over and is moving around. So his dad catches him, and tells his dad, and all his dad does is give him a spanking and tell him to go to bed. And then he starts eating the stuff.
And then we meet Mo. We cut to Mo.
Oh, Mo.
He's in a business meeting. And there's a lot of sweaty palms because he points it out. He shakes people's hands. He's like, oh, there's a sweaty palm. There's a sweaty palm. That's what he says. He's like, oh, sweaty palm, sweaty palm.
He's a spy, and he's basically there to find out what the stuff is made of so this other company can replicate it.
Right.
Like that dude from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
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 His name is Mo Rutherford. And this one guy's like, "You're not as dumb as you appear to be."
Well, thank you.
Do you know why they call him Mo?
Well, I know, but tell me.
Go ahead. Tell them why they call him Mo.
Because every time you get something, he wants Mo.
So we cut again. And
We're back to the dysfunctional family
yeah.
with the half-naked kid, who's now not half-naked.
No, he's dressed. This one they're eating breakfast, right?
Yeah, and he takes off after breakfast, and he doesn't want to eat that stuff anymore. He's like, "No, that stuff's bad for you." And so he whacks it out of his mom's hand, and it hits something, and he takes off running. Well, next thing you know, he goes like crazy, goes into the grocery store, and starts knocking it down everywhere. And it took like forever for someone to hold this kid down. He was like 10 pounds. Why couldn't someone catch him?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, he did that. Again, this movie.
Oh, then there was a fashion show
That's right. There was a fashion show.
to
And
sell stuff
They were wearing bikinis
and
but
fur coats.
to
Mm.
sell the stuff.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, and Mo and the girl were supposed to go on a date. Did they ever go on that date?
Oh, I think they did more than a date
Okay,
because
they
they were
were-
dating the next
Oh.
time you got to them.
Yeah. It just, I mean, that's the thing. With this movie, it was hard to keep up because it bounced around so much. So it's like one minute you're seeing the boy going on a rampage, next minute you're with Mo Rutherford, and then you're on to something else. It's like again, can't make heads or
But
tails of it.
there were some actors that were actually pretty good.
You know what? Mo, I actually liked.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, but I can't remember what his name is.
Right. Garrett Morris, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. Yeah, was it
Garrett Morris?
Yeah, he was in this. Garrett
He
Morris.
was Chocolate Chip Charlie. Or was it Charlie Chocolate Chip?
One of the two. And that's when Mo's in a town that apparently only has 3 people.
And it was in Virginia.
Right. It has Garrett Morris, gas station guy, and store clerk.
Well, those are the only people we saw. But see, later on, you know, when the angry mob came after
Yeah.
him, it was at least 10 people.
So basically, the thing with the stuff, let's just go ahead because we finally figure out that the stuff is taking control of people.
Yes.
Some kind of parasitic life form, something like that. right?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, people eat the stuff, and the stuff kind of eats your insides, and yeah, it pretty much takes over your body. Because I mean, Garrett Morris, he broke a guy's face. Didn't he punch a guy's face
Oh my
off?
gosh, yeah. Well, I guess because that guy, maybe he was half empty or something, but he hit him in the face and his face caved in.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not. This movie isn't a horror movie. It really isn't. I wouldn't classify it as a horror movie.
It's supposed to be a horror sci-fi, but I don't know.
Neither do I. But this town that has only 3 people, as Michelle said, does have more people. They came out of nowhere, but no stuff. Oh wait, there is more stuff. They're hoarding it. They got it in the back room. They're just like, this is our stuff. Leave our stuff alone. I feel like George Carlin all of a sudden talking about all this stuff. This is my stuff. We gotta take some stuff and get some stuff.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. And then you go back to the dysfunctional family, and they've thrown away all their real food,
Yeah.
and they're only eating the stuff. And they're trying to force the kid to eat the stuff. And if he doesn't eat the stuff, he can't come out of his room and be part of the family anymore.
So what does the boy do?
Shaving cream, right?
Yes, he takes it upstairs because the dad's like, "You go upstairs and eat this stuff." So the boy goes upstairs and he
He
takes
puts it in the toilet when he took forever to flush that stuff.
Yeah,
it was
that-
trying to come back
That
out.
stuff's like, "What are you doing? No!" But yeah, so he takes shaving cream, puts it in a container, and he's got the spoon. He's like, I love this stuff. This is great."
But then he has to vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw his guts up in the next 5 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
he ran out of there.
Then we go to the factory after we get on the plane because we have to go to Georgia because that's where the factory is. I don't know where the dysfunctional family was located, but somehow we ended up having to go to Georgia. So Mo and his honey, I don't know what her name was, and the little boy.
And the boy's in the tanker this time.
No,
Remember,
no.
he crawled. Did he crawl into the tanker this time?
No, how's he gonna crawl into the tanker? They didn't take him there yet, silly.
Oh.
Remember, He fell asleep on the plane.
He did. He fell asleep on the plane.
And then the stuff started coming into the
Yeah.
plane, and he was like, and he got
He ran
out.
into the woods. That's where he went to the mine.
Yeah, and then got into the
Yeah, got
tanker.
into the tanker there. Because that looks safe.
But at some point in time, the stuff tried to eat Mo's face.
Yeah.
That was after the little kid got in the tanker, because he was like, oh, that little kid's probably in Atlanta by now.
That's when he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some dude runs in to try to kill Mo.
But then the stuff ends up Freddy Krueger in him, because it takes him against the wall and takes him up the wall
Oh yeah.
onto the ceiling.
And that kills the random dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you catch the stuff on fire, apparently it doesn't like that.
Yeah. And there was we skipped over, but there was a cameo by Abe Vigoda and the Where's the Beef lady.
Yes.
Just out of nowhere, it was like, Abe Vigoda, oh yeah, but where's the stuff?
Yeah.
She made a killing out of that stuff.
I know. At the factory, everyone's wearing yellow hazmat
Yeah.
suits.
That should tell you right there that
Yeah,
this
that's
stuff
a-
isn't good.
That's a very good red
Continue.
flag.
And Mo's on the case. I mean, he's on it. He's going to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just going to go steal this truck so that way we can just take it to someone and show them, hey, this is what this stuff does. Now, it's not that easy.
Never is.
Nope.
Right.
So he goes down in the gully and he hits this guy. And he doesn't even take his hat. Like, I was figuring, I was like, he's going to take the hat and put it on so he can,
Walk amongst them.
yeah, but instead he's like, nope, just going to put my hat right here. And he just hangs it on front of one of the trucks and just walks around like no one's going to notice.
And he has bombs. Is this, are we at that part of where?
Yeah.
He just like, all of a sudden he's just like pulling out bombs. Like little bombs. He's setting up around the pool. I was like,
I only saw him put two bombs on,
But he did.
one on this leg and one on this leg, but he ended up with like 14.
yeah. It's
Where'd
he
the other
pulls
ones
up
come from?
The pool of stuff.
But he just covers it with
Yeah, he
dirt.
just like covered it up with dirt. And the boy's still in the tanker, now being filled with stuff. Alright, let's skip. Paul Sorvino shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a generalist.
He's got his army.
Yeah.
That cannot be quiet while they run
Yeah.
around. Every time they move somewhere, even when they got out of a taxi cab, they were like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, it's like I think it's South Park and
Yes.
crap.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
was. You can't get out of the taxi cab quietly?
You don't know how many times I wrote down the stuff. I mean, literally, I put the stuff. Paul Sorvino shows up with his army. They're gonna shoot that stuff, but they got the stuff on them instead.
It was like a tidal wave of stuff.
Yeah.
It just like blew through the side of the building, and they could have surfed on it, I guess. And then Paul Sorvino owns 2 radio stations,
Yeah.
and they go to one of them to broadcast about not eating the stuff.
Calls Garrett Morris. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it, but I can't believe he said it. I was like, wow. Come to find out, Garrett Morris, he got the stuff in him.
He'd been infected by the
He'd been infected
stuff.
By the stuff.
Did he eat the stuff?
Oh no, but that's kind of a messed up scene. I was like, oh wow. And it came out-
Do you know what? Maybe when Mo left him at the diner people made him eat it.
That could be a possibility.
He was forced.
He was forced. So yeah, Paul Sorvino's getting on his radio. He was like, "Don't eat the stuff, people. Stop it. It's taking over." It kind of like Soylent Green is made of people. That's what this reminds me of. This whole movie.
Yeah, I want to say probably like
It wanted to be a cautionary tale of consumerism, but it failed miserably.
It did.
So
It did fail miserably. So yeah, they do the radio thing. Some of this was starting to bore me at this point in time.
I stopped writing again.
Okay.
Actually, I stopped writing after he stole the truck.
Yeah, the stuff is destroyed. Mo makes the business guys eat the stuff, and the kids there, they're like, eat the stuff.
Eat it.
Yeah.
That's all he kept saying. The little kid was like, eat it.
Yeah, to teach the business guys a lesson about it, you know, like... you
I'm
need
not
to
really
stop
sure
this.
that, did it
Right.
teach him a
I don't
lesson?
know. But now, at the very end, the stuff is sold on the back streets. Alright!
hey man, I got the stuff.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's like at the very end, there's... Like, you got the stuff, man? And it's like, there it is, there's the stuff.
Oh, goodness.
Moving on to the fifth one. The fifth and final one of the evening. My Bloody Valentine.
Extended cut.
Extended cut, yes. Where's the synopsis? You want to read the synopsis of this,
Yep,
Will?
I got it. Friends defy the rules of a legendary murderer, discover that he is real when they start celebrating Valentine's Day.
That's
Okay.
it?
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot more to this movie than just that. But don't get it confused, because this one is from 1981,
Right, not the remake.
not the remake.
Which,
But
well, you've got some insight on the remake, right?
Yes.
Well, just that's all I wanted. We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
we're going to talk about the original, and then you
Yeah.
can talk about the remake,
Okay.
because we don't know about the remake.
So we got the opening scene. Basically, you got two people in the little respirator suits in a mine.
Yeah, you think two guys are going to work,
Yeah.
and then nope, all of a sudden you see there's going to be some booty going on.
Mm-hmm. Because one of them peoples is a woman.
Mm-hmm. But, I don't know who thinks that coal mines are sexy.
I know,
They're
it's-
dirty and damp and ugh.
It just seems like a long way to go. Just be like, I know a place where nobody will bother us. Put this hazmat suit on, this respirator suit on. Come on, you're almost there.
I mean, who wants coal and dirt up their backside?
So yeah, she disrobes. Well, I mean, it's no nudity. She's in a bra. But then what? The dude sees the heart tattoo, and he like starts freaking out.
So if it wasn't a heart tattoo, would she have not died?
Perhaps.
Huh.
So that heart tattoo set him off right up here. He's like, oh, must kill her now. So he does.
Mm-mm-mm.
He does. He does.
So then you get to the guys working in the coal mine. The work day's done, and what do we got going on? Let's take a group shower.
Group shower. They have way too much fun with this
I've
group
never
shower.
seen a group of guys that excited about a shower in my entire life.
Look at everybody. I mean, Will, if you and I had to take a group shower, eyes front, right? We
Eyes away.
Yeah, we won't
Eyes
even,
away.
not even say two words to each other. Just be like, mm-hmm.
And then, after the group shower, it's time for a beer run.
Because the last one there has 5 beer.
Yes. And the town is Valentine Bluffs.
Valentine
It
Bluff.
says Valentine Bluffs. They have a big heart.
Oh, I couldn't read. I didn't have my glasses on at the time. I saw the Valentine Bluffs, but I couldn't read the rest of it. That's why I didn't write that.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Good job.
I'm the reader.
Yeah. Good job, reader. So yeah, we get there and we start meeting the little cast of characters, and which when they were taking the group shower, everything seemed okay. But all of a sudden, TJ's all moody.
There's some animosity because Axel is now dating TJ's
X.
ex.
Because, okay, let's back it up. What happened was TJ moved to the West Coast, and he didn't talk to Sarah, that's her name,
Mm-hmm.
for a while. So Sarah moved on pretty much, which I
Yeah.
don't blame her. She moved on. She's like, you weren't here. Axel was.
Yeah.
You moved away. So yeah, I don't blame Sarah for moving on.
No.
Yeah. I lost train of thought there, sorry.
So apparently, 20 years ago, someone must have died on Valentine's because at this point in time, we didn't know the story.
Yeah.
So
According to
they can't have parties.
yeah, according to the obligatory harbinger of doom, right?
The old man.
Yeah.
It's always the old man who knows it.
Well, before creepy bartender Happy tells us the story, the mayor gets the package.
Yeah.
But
See,
what's in the package?
what's in the package? Apparently, it's a human heart. Dun dun dun. And then he says, "It's happening again." See, at this point, again,
We don't really know what's
Yeah.
happening.
right?
They didn't fill us in.
Not at that point, and then back, like 2 seconds later,
Yeah, then Happy, the creepy bartender, he's got a story to tell, boys and girls.
I like your story better than what I wrote down.
What?
About how it happened. You go ahead, you tell the story of what happened.
Okay, there were some miners There was
Look at us mining. Mine, 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 mine.
5 of them
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
and 2 supervisors.
I'm a supervisor.
Now, the 2 supervisors, they want to get their drink on, so they're like, I'm going to go to this party. Screw them guys down in the mine. Big whoop-de-doo. I'm going to get my drink on. So here they are, drinking and having a good old time at the party. What do you know? The mine goes boom. And they get trapped.
They get trapped.
They were down there for 6
It
weeks.
took them 6 weeks to get to them.
Why did it take 6 weeks to dig them out?
I
How in
don't
the world?
I
How
don't-
far were they?
I don't know. But apparently they were far down.
Okay,
It took
so
6
by the
weeks.
time they got there, this one guy apparently ate everybody
Yes, he did.
because he was hungry, and then he went crazy, and then he had to go into the mental hospital.
Mhm.
And that's the story. No, that's not the story. Then he comes back from the mental hospital, and he kills the supervisor guys.
Right. And then they stopped having Valentine's Day pretty much.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, those supervisors kind of deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, they did. They did. I mean, if I had a chance, if something like that happened to me, I'd probably kill my supervisors too. Keep talking. Don't mind me.
Why can't you just focus?
Okay, sorry.
I mean, get to it.
All right. So skipping on. TJ, throughout pretty much this whole thing, he's just moody throughout the whole thing.
He's mad.
Yeah. He doesn't like the way things are going.
No.
He doesn't like the fact that Axel and Sarah are together. He doesn't like this. And then we see poor little Mabel. Oh,
She was just trying to do laundry.
she was. She was washing her laundry. She got a little package. Didn't she get a package?
Yes, she did. And I think it's really cute that he would write you little poems before he killed
Yes,
you.
he did. He would write you little poems like, "You're gonna
There was
die."
there was roses. Roses are red, violets are blue, and then there was something else, and then you're dying. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty much you're dying too.
Yeah, that's it. You're dying too. And she got a pickaxe. Poor little Mabel.
Poor little Mabel. She was just trying to play footsie with the sheriff.
And then, I guess the guys leave the bar, decide to go to a junkyard. Is that where they were?
Well, apparently that's where grown men hang out.
Yeah.
Is that where grown men hang out?
I don't hang
I
out at
don't,
a
I don't hang in a
junkyard.
junkyard, no.
So they hang out at junkyards and they cook wieners on
Yeah, because they
on
get
the engines.
Right, they get hungry. And it's like, man, I'm hungry. Hey, let's cook some wieners up on the engine. And of course I told you this, and I told you this. As I watched this scene, it made me realize that I want a harmonica. So if either one of you, I don't know how to play a harmonica, but I don't know. Was that Axel playing it?
Yes.
I was like,
Is it that complicated? Well, I guess you have to have some air to blow in it.
yeah, I was like, man, that's what I want. I want a harmonica. So TJ and his ex, TJ and his ex is currently, TJ and Axel, there we go.
TJ and Axel.
I couldn't talk. Decide to get into a little bickering contest because TJ wants Sarah back. He's like, I want her back. And Axel's like, you can't have her, she's mine. That's Axel's voice, which are similar.
Maybe you should have Will do one and you do the other.
Okay.
So it's
I'll be
two.
TJ, you could be Axel, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I want Sarah back!
Sarah's with me, man. Pretty much teen angst from almost 30-year-old men, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
let's back that up just a little bit, because you bring up a good point, because the sheriff kept calling them kids.
Yeah.
Again, as you said, this is Beverly Hills 90210 type kids. They were pushing 40.
Well, I mean, these guys were actually employed and not in school,
Yeah.
but they were, I guess, younger than him, and he considered them kids. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. And so basically the sheriff and his little buddy decide to, well, and the mayor, sheriff and the mayor, they decide to call the insane asylum because they think they found Mabel's body. Did they find Mabel's body by this point?
Yeah.
Well, no, they called the Salem Asylum first
Yeah.
because the heart was, they said, oh, it's a human heart, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's got to be that dude,
Harry Warden.
Harry Warden.
So they call the insane asylum, and there's no record of Harry Warden whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
He's never been there. And they're like, what? It's got to be him!
And then they find poor Mabel, who's
Yeah.
extra crispy by this point in time.
All the hearts in the laundromat are turned upside down. Then there's a spinning dryer and a spinning Mabel. Bloody spinning Mabel.
And then the police dude is like, Mabel had a heart attack.
Uncover, put it back.
But then he found the card the third time he looked at her. What were you doing the other 2 times you were looking at her?
It was like he would say something like, Mabel had a heart attack. Look at the body. Close it.
Maybe there was cheat sheets on her.
Why do you have to do it 3 times? I mean, he said something else. Open it. Close it.
I'm saying, you know, the
And then-
sheriff and Mabel had a thing going on.
Yeah. Then he would open it again.
Maybe he did that because he was like, I'm never going to see it again.
Yeah.
Even though it was probably all gross and like flesh was falling off
It
of it.
was falling off. But yeah, like you said, the third time he finds a clue. And so he decides, we got to cancel this
Yeah.
dance.
That's
And no parties either.
no parties.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you tell people not to party, that's the first thing they're going to not do.
So he tells the kids, I'm using air quotes, no parties and no dance.
Yeah.
Y'all whippersnappers?
And what did they do anyway?
Well, hold on. Prior to that, TJ, who still wants Sarah, I want Sarah. Come with me, Sarah. He grabs Sarah, drags her off, and she's like, I don't. You want to do Sarah?
No, because that wimpy girl didn't fight off nothing. She was just like, no, I don't want to. All right, fine, I'll just be quiet and sit in this car like I'm supposed
That's
to.
kidnapping. He kidnaps her pretty much. He's just like, come with me. Get in this car. Let me
That
put your head
girl,
down.
if she really didn't want to be in there, she would have been hollering a lot more than that. And she would have tried to get out of the car. She didn't even try to go anywhere. She's like, no, I don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, so TJ takes her to a spot which they don't say the significance of this spot.
But it's their spot, but we don't know why it's their spot. And why do we even need to know it's their spot? They're not going to tell us. I don't care. I don't care if it's their spot. I didn't care that they loved each other. I could care less. It had nothing to do with what I wanted to know.
But they kissed. Oh.
Bleh. That's not the place for this.
I'm with Michelle on this because she moved on.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But she's still harboring feelings. There's a love story here.
This type of movie is not for love stories.
It's a Valentine's Day movie. So now, cutting to, you're right, they wanted a party, so they're like, hey, let's go to the break room at the mine. We can have a party there. Nobody's going to bother us. Because, you know, you tell teenagers, air quotes again, not to party.
So Happy decides to go around rigging booby traps
Yeah.
to teach the young whippersnappers a lesson. And he had a blast with that one. He opened that door one too many times and got a pickaxe in the eyeball.
He did. He kept laughing every time.
He enjoyed, I mean, he was actually happy.
And he walked away from it. Like the last time he walked away, and he was like,
One more time.
just one more time. Got to do it one more time. Oh no, pickaxe. For real.
But what gets me is he shouldn't have pickaxed Happy, because Happy was on his side. He was
Happy-
spreading the story, and he was like, no parties for you guys, and you're not going to make fun of this killer man.
And
But
throughout the whole thing, Happy's like, "You shouldn't party or have this dance."
he was totally on his side.
Ugh.
Poor Happy.
So then the sheriff gets another present. Dun dun dun. But this time, it's not a human heart.
It's candy.
That's right. This present was sent prior to Mabel's death.
Because Mabel she had it for the sheriff.
She did.
And candy's good.
So then we got the kids, air quotes,
Air quotes again.
partying. We got a Ralph Macchio look-alike. He did. He kind of looked like, hey, Mr. Miyagi. he got the munchies. He sees a girl walking into the back room, so he's gonna follow her. But he's got the munchies.
Because he saw that girl eating a hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
Because she walked by with the hot
Oh.
dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know where that's going. So he's okay, all right. So he goes off into the kitchen, and he got some hot dog water.
Hot dog water equals death.
Yep, and that's it. And so the sheriff gets another present. Man, this sheriff is popular. That's what I wrote down. He's popular. People love the sheriff.
Yeah.
And this time,
What was it?
was it another heart? It was, wasn't it? Did he open this one?
He didn't open it. There was blood on the bottom.
Yeah, and he made the neck.
It might not have been. It could have been cherries.
I doubt
It
that.
was like the cherry cordials. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but he didn't open it this one. So then, this movie it doesn't bounce around a lot.
There was some fighting
Yeah, there was not. Was it a fight? Yeah.
between TJ and Axel.
Right, because Axel's like dancing with Sarah, and Sarah's not having it, but she's like, "Come on, dance." He's trying to date rape her, pretty much in front of everybody.
He's trying to slam dance.
That was slam dance. No, that wasn't slam dance. Well, he was. I guess. I guess. Oh, come on. And she's like, "No, Axel, no." So Axel and TJ finally fight. But in steps Hollis.
Yeah.
Hollis is the man.
Oh man, Hollis.
Hollis was like with one hand grabs.
He had one of them in one hand and one of them in the other hand. He was like, "Nuh-uh, not today.
No, no, no.
We're gonna
Not
party."
in my house.
I mean, the man just grabs him, and both those two grown adult males are just like, "I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna stop fighting."
Right. So Axel goes. He takes a timeout,
He needs a timeout.
and Sarah is pretty much done with them because TJ's like talking to Sarah, and she's like, "Talk to the hand because the face only here."
Yeah,
Is that
he's
still
not
cool to say?
listening. No, that's not. But so then we get to another two characters that are getting to know each other in the mine.
In the shower, no less. Was it
Yeah.
in the shower?
Well, yeah, but they weren't in the shower.
Yeah,
They were in
yeah.
like a cart.
Yeah.
Was it a car? I couldn't tell if they were
Car.
laying on the ground or so they were actually in the car.
There was a cart.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't realize they were in it.
So they were in a cart, and all of a sudden she's like, "You know what we need?" And his idea and her idea were two different ideas. Because he was like, "Yeah, I got this." And she's like, "Oh, no, I want a beer."
So he's like, "I'll go get John." I think his name was John. He's like, "I'll go get the beer," and she offers to go with him. But what does he say?
"Oh, no, you just stay right here. I'll be right back." That's rule number 2.
Yeah,
You don't say it.
yeah.
So they broke the horror movie rules.
Right.
One, they broke rule number 1 from the get-go because they were getting ready to get it on.
Mhm.
And number 2, they broke because they were getting ready to, he was leaving. And so he said, "I'll be right back."
Right, right. And then I'm not gonna. I'm gonna refrain from my pun on this one. I will. But
Okay.
I do have some hang-ups about this. That's right. That's right. The girl gets hung up onto a shower head.
Yes.
So when John comes back, what does he see? He sees his girl. She turned into a sprinkler.
Around this point in time, because they don't know that these people are dying, some of them are like, "Let's get in the mine cars and go down to the mine." It's like a roller coaster ride. And the girls are the instigators.
Then Hollis takes him. He's like, "Okay, let's go."
Well,
Man,
that's
Hollis.
because Hollis is a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
He can't say
And here
no.
comes Debbie Downer, TJ. He's like, "You shouldn't take them into the mine."
What, 5
Turns
minutes
out
later?
he's right, though.
Right. And Hollis is like, "We won't be down there that long."
We're just going down and coming right back. So then dead bodies start showing up, and everybody's like, "Let's run for the hills." And that's exactly what they do. Everybody gets in the car. And then you get Axel and TJ, and he's like, "Oh no, Sarah's in the mine with Hollis and Patty. We gotta go."
Oh, Patty.
They didn't mention old Howard.
Yeah.
So they run on down there, and once again, why do people think that mines are fun?
Well, two of them split off, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
While in the mine.
Mike and Harriet.
I don't know Harriet, okay?
I hope not.
No. So yeah, Mike and Harriet split off in the mine. You know what they're gonna do?
They're gonna get to know each other better.
Getting to know you.
So Mike and Harriet will be together forever
Mhm.
because they got stuck together. But you don't see how that happens. We just see them after the fact.
Right. Which one of you said it? Did you say it?
Oh, they got drilled?
Yeah. They got drilled. I did like that. It's like, they got drilled.
So, but then, because Hollis is the one who finds them.
Right.
Poor Hollis.
Poor Hollis.
Hollis got nailed.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Several times.
It was so sad. He was such a cutie pie. And I didn't want him to die like that.
So this is where this movie. Okay, so Hollis is dating Patty, and now Patty's all upset. And she won't leave the mine. She doesn't want to leave Hollis's body down there.
Well, I mean, she wants to bring him back so that way he can be properly buried.
Right, and I understand that. But she's like, I'm not leaving, no. This is the point where she just turns into a whiner throughout the rest of the movie.
Well, before then, Howard, which is the jokester of the group, he's in charge of, taking care of the ladies. What does he do? He runs off and leaves them.
Yep. He's like, bye-bye.
So, poor little Patty, she just loses her mind. And rule number 32, if a killer is after you, try not to cry so hard over the loss of your loved one. Because they can hear you.
That's true. I'm reading my notes here. And some of it was just kind of boring, what I wrote down. So, yeah. They're being chased by the killer. And, Axel falls into some water.
Well, before they're being chased by here's the thing. Because now that we know,
Mm-hmm.
when the four of them are going that way, and that, they're trying to find a way out, you don't really see the killer because he's taken off down a hallway, kind of, and then Axel shows up, and then they try to get out.
Right. And they realize that the control panel on the cart broken.
Yeah.
No, on the lift.
On the lift.
Yeah.
So they decide to climb, and Patty's like, I'm not going any further. I'm scared of heights.
I kind of wanted to push Patty off.
And wasn't that Howard's body that fell down?
Howard's
Yeah.
body fell down, and then they just like, let's just go down. Let's go
Yeah.
back down. So Axel, he has a shortcut, and he fell down and went boom.
He fell into some water.
So I'm thinking old TJ's pretty happy now because he's like, my competition is gone, so Sarah is on mine.
Yep.
And then old Patty.
Finally! Somebody shut Patty up.
Patty is dead. Now her and Hollis will be reunited.
Right? And that's when TJ and Sarah come face to face with the killer.
Well, before that, I was thinking, Sarah's never going to get them stains out of that white sweater dress.
That's running through your mind?
That was what was running through my mind. I was like, there's coal dust, and there's blood, and there's sweat, and there's mud. She's never going to be able to wear that dress again.
True.
And then they come up to the killer, like you said, and they get in the carts, and the carts are going.
And then they start fighting. I'm going to say this is the second most anticlimactic fight scene ever on a cart.
Yes. So they fall off the cart. There's still some fighting going on. Sarah and her dumb tail gets off the cart and is getting right behind TJ while he's trying to do it. Okay, rule number 31. When your hero is fighting the killer, you got to give him some room. You can't be right up in his business. How is he supposed to swing when he has to worry about hitting you in the face?
Right. And also at this time, this huge group of people are coming into the mine.
Where did those people come from?
Along with the sheriff, they were like, they're like the army guys. They were making noise. This group of people just like, we gotta get into the mine, so they just go. They go into the mine.
So then we find out who the killer is.
And the killer is?
It's Axel.
Axel is the killer.
I
And
mean,
here's why. Here's why. Because Axel saw Harry kill his dad as a kid.
and apparently he thought he was awesome for doing it. Because he wanted to be him. He then was like, I want to be like Harry Warden.
Yes.
Harry Warden?
That's Axel's motive. So then Axel, who's kind
That
of
sounds like a weird prison guard.
he's trapped in the mine. They're trying to get him out, but he cuts off his arm, and then he just
He runs around all crazy like.
yeah. Happy bloody Valentine's Day.
Wah, wah, wah.
Terrible motive on that one.
Yeah.
That is not a motive to go around killing people.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a motive to go kill Harry Warden, if you ask me, but not.
And apparently one of the supervisors that, Harry killed was dude's dad.
Right. Now you've seen the remake.
Yes, I have.
Pretty much the same, or is
Pretty much there's a twist ending. We're not giving too much away for those who
Hold,
have
hold
not
on.
seen
Are,
it.
are we okay with the spoiler on this one?
I mean, I want to know,
Yeah,
so that
well-
way I don't have to watch it. Because if it's as crappy as the first one, then I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah. So
Okay,
go
well,
ahead. Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert: the hero that's supposed to save everybody at the very end of the movie is in fact the villain.
So this time TJ's the villain?
A TJ-like character, yeah.
It's not TJ? Because I thought they had the same names.
Oh, maybe it is TJ. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Is it the guy
But-
from Supernatural?
Yeah, Jensen Ackles. Yeah, he's in it.
So this time TJ's the killer, but he's the hero also.
Yeah, I know. It makes less sense.
But is it the same reason as why he kills? Because he saw his Harry kill his dad?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
They couldn't. Nobody decided, hey, we should change this. This makes no sense whatsoever.
so this
Yeah.
time they use his name as Tom,
Mhm.
but TJ was Tom.
Yeah.
It's just they called him TJ.
Okay.
So it's still the same character.
But I mean, that gets me. They didn't even think, let's rewrite this motive just a little bit because this makes no sense.
So this time it was he killed his dad, and he was like, "I'm gonna go kill people."
No,
'cause-"
he ends up killing Harry Warden himself, or he finds Harry Warden's body, and I don't want to call it Stockholm syndrome, but he personifies himself as Harry Warden.
So it's possible that that was what Axel did in the first one, and we don't know because they said they found his body.
Perhaps, yeah.
So that's possibly what went on that time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, because I'm slow today. So TJ in the remake
Mhm.
is the hero, but he's also the killer. So does he somehow make people believe that Axel is the killer?
Yeah, he tries to manipulate it so that
Okay.
he does do that, but at the very end, there's just 3 people left, and it's only process of elimination.
Right.
He starts going crazy, and they realize, oh man, he's the killer all along. So pretty much, that's it.
Okay. I might
So-
watch that one.
Yeah. So massive spoiler alert.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for part 1 of the terrible 80s movies. We'd like to thank Will for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You hadn't really said much, but that's okay. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
But now we got to watch more movies.
We do have some more. So that's right. We got 5 more coming up, and they are some doozies, people. They are some doozies. So stay tuned for part 2 coming at you. Say goodnight, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.